Okay, here we go. A re-recording of this, of course, as mentioned before. And we're going to be using a Type X prototype frame. Of course, that doesn't fit into the entire name box, so it's just called Type X because, geez, I don't think Type X prototype frame variation blah 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 would actually fit into the entire name box. Like, you could fit a lot of words in there, by the way, but there's just some things where it's like, yeah, that's too much. Anyway, time for the spear grenade minigun. Well, unfortunately, it only acts like a minigun because you can't have multi-type weapons, unfortunately. But like, enemy masses of this has to be the strongest type of enemy in the game, in my opinion. At least in terms of health bar, like, it's mostly easy to dodge them, like, in terms of damage if you know what you're doing. I just hope the audio doesn't start messing up again, because I've been dealing with this. 1 second. Hopefully that fixes it. I just pretty much turned down the audio and then turned up the game recording sounds. So hopefully that makes it sound better, you know? Of course, everything's still a bit ebb, but you can't do everything perfect, can you? It's sort of like a learning experience, you know? Because I'm actually recording through the HD capture the audio, so like because the natural audio that comes through OBS recording is actually very laggy if you want any good quality in like your recording. And even then, like, it can randomly just go out of sync, so you're better to use like the non-HD recording, mute that audio from that, and then get the HD capture and use that audio instead. Of course, there is the static audio problem as always, which is just like, nothing's perfect, but it's like, it definitely records better than, like, in my opinion, than like the thing on its own when you're recording the audio, like, what's the term? Like, when you're recording the audio purely through OBS without, like, copying it over from something, you know? Of course, this thing has no jets, but like, look at the bulk of this thing, like, it makes sense there's no jets. I am the brick master after all. Like, I'm not joking, I'm pretty sure almost all my recent builds has been some form of brick. Or at least all the stuff I've been working on, I've just been making it slowly and slowly more bricky. I should actually have a video on builds coming out because well, I actually am re-recording this after, I believe, finishing all the main missions that are available. I'm not sure though, there might be another one hidden somewhere that I'm just not seeing. Wouldn't be shocked, I am blind as a bat when it comes to using common sense in games. But yeah, like, as I was saying, pretty much, I actually lost track of my thoughts completely, you know. It'll probably come back to me in a second. Probably not actually, now I think about it. But yeah, I'm blind as a bat when it comes to like realizing things before it, but I'm pretty much, after completing the game, I'm re-recording like part 8, I believe this would be, because the audio was a lot worse than the part before it, what had bearable audio. So I was like, yeah, you know, it's bearable audio, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Then I'm like, oh no, this audio is terrible to such a degree where it's like constant breaks in the volume and that. No idea why. Now, in all honesty, I feel like there needs to be an option that's just a setting saying, I do not want my audio to be allowed to go over this point, and that should just be the manuals. I wish there was a thing that worked, because the stuff that, like, quotation marks is meant to do that job don't work. They really don't. It's like audio ducking when you try and use that. It's like, sometimes it'll work, then 99% of the time it'll just be like, nah, I don't want audio duck, instead we're just going to mute your mic sound. And it's like, but I put the setting in the game audio. Why are you doing this? That's not how that works. Like, you're meant to be ducking anything that isn't game audio. That's why I set you to, and it's just like... But yeah, that's just pretty much my recording problems. In a nutshell, painful. Which is why maybe, like, I'm not sure how many build videos I've got, but I've got a few that'll come out slowly. But I'm probably also going to be focusing a lot on Super Robot Wars, because that game is long. Like, one mission takes like an hour, pretty much. So I'm probably just going to do a lot of single mission episodes where it's like, and just try and record a bunch, edit a bunch, and then just start uploading them in mass or something. Is what I'm thinking. Of course, that'll take a while to set up. You know, and of course there's high risk of the audio completely messing up in that case, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens when you record in mass. Let's do them one. Oh! Speaking of things that isn't audio problems, I saw one of the game update things a few days ago, and I'm just like, I'm on the fence about it. I want to see what it looks like in game first before I get an opinion of it. And it's pretty much just meant to be like some new type of enemy shielding. The only thing that makes me question is the fact that they admit that it's going to make apparently very disliked enemy even more dislikable, which I will say, in anything, admitting that kind of thing is not a good idea, because it's like, if you know something's unlikable, you want to probably try and figure out what's the problem with it and how you can make it better before you add anything else to make it harder. But anyway, that's just a quick thing I wanted to say, but the mission's actually about to come to an end, so it's like, I can't really say much more. So I'll leave you with the closing segments now. Like, comment, subscribe, share all that, and peace out.